Hello, you're watching the AutoAdviser channel. Is biodiesel really the environmentally friendly fuel that is often talked about, or is it a lie? That's a question that's been buzzing around for some time now. Today, we'll dive into the world of alternative fuel, a type of biofuel derived from vegetable or animal fats, and see if we can find some answers. Our journey begins at the turn of the 20th century. Picture this: the World Exhibition in Paris, 1900. German inventor Rudolf Diesel is demonstrating his engine, not running on petroleum, but peanut oil. Yet due to petroleum's cheapness and easy availability, biodiesel sat on the back burner for decades. Fast forward to the late 20th century. Environmental and economic problems associated with fossil fuels started to mount. Suddenly, this type of fuel began to look rather appealing. It was French engineer Jean-Pierre Cugnot who took the first significant step. In 1978, he modified his Peugeot 504 car's engine to run on vegetable oil derived from restaurant waste. And just like that, the first biodiesel-powered automobile was born. Since then, this type of fuel has been making waves as one of the most popular alternative fuels worldwide. But popularity doesn't always equate to efficiency or sustainability. So let's dig a little deeper. This type of fuel has several environmental advantages. It's a renewable energy source produced from plants that we can regrow. It helps in reducing carbon dioxide emissions as plants absorb CO2 during photosynthesis. Plus, it reduces our dependence on oil and other fossil fuels, which are not only limited, but can also cause political conflict. Yet, biodiesel isn't without its drawbacks and limitations. It has a lower energy value than diesel, meaning we need more of it to achieve the same power. It can cause storage and transportation problems, as it tends to thicken at low temperatures and decompose at high temperatures. And let's not forget about the potential damage to engine components due to its high viscosity and corrosiveness. Biofuel has gained popularity as an eco-friendly alternative. But does it live up to these claims? Let's continue our exploration in the next segment. Scene script. Biodiesel carries several environmental advantages. Imagine a fuel that is not only renewable but also helps in reducing carbon dioxide emissions. That's fuel for you. It is crafted from vegetable or animal fats, meaning it's a renewable energy source. The plants used in its production can be regrown, ensuring a consistent supply. Unlike fossil fuels, which take millions of years to form, biodiesel's raw materials are readily available and can be replenished within a human's lifespan. Now, let's talk about carbon dioxide, a major contributor to global warming. The beauty of this kind of alternative fuel is that it helps mitigate this issue. The plants used in the production of biodiesel absorb carbon dioxide during their growth phase, through the process of photosynthesis. When it is burned as fuel, it releases this absorbed carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere. This process creates a carbon cycle, a balance that prevents the accumulation of excessive carbon dioxide in our environment. And then there's the matter of dependency on fossil fuels. It's no secret that our reliance on oil and other fossil fuels has been a source of political conflict and economic instability. The reserves of these fuels are limited, and as they dwindle, the competition for control over these resources intensifies. Biodiesel offers a way to reduce this dependence, as it can be produced locally using domestically grown crops. This not only promotes energy security, but also boosts the local economy by creating jobs and supporting farmers. These advantages certainly paint biodiesel in a positive light. But there's another side to this story. Despite its pros, it also has significant drawbacks. Firstly, it's important to understand that biodiesel has a lower energy value than regular diesel. This means that to achieve the same power output, a vehicle would need to consume more fuel than it would traditional diesel. This increased consumption can offset some of the environmental benefits achieved by switching from fossil fuels. Then, there's the issue of storage and transportation. Biodiesel tends to thicken at low temperatures and decompose at high ones, making it a challenge to store and transport efficiently. This can lead to inefficiencies in the supply chain and increase the overall environmental footprint of this kind of fuel. Another drawback lies in its potential to damage certain engine components. Biodiesel's high viscosity and corrosiveness can wreak havoc on rubber seals, fuel pumps, and injectors, leading to increased maintenance costs and potential vehicle downtime. But perhaps one of the most significant concerns is its contribution to deforestation and biodiversity loss. The production of biodiesel requires substantial amounts of agricultural land, water, and fertilizer. This can result in the clearing of forests to make way for plantations of soybeans, palm, or rapeseed, the main crops used in its production. This deforestation not only displaces local flora and fauna, but also contributes to soil erosion and water pollution. Moreover, some of these plants, like palm and rapeseed, are invasive species that can outcompete local plant life, further threatening biodiversity. And let's not forget the economics of it all. Biodiesel is generally more expensive than petroleum diesel and requires special infrastructure for storage and transportation. It's also subject to market fluctuations in feedstock prices and may not be readily available in all regions. So while biodiesel may initially seem like a green alternative to traditional fuels, a closer look reveals a host of challenges that must be addressed. These challenges highlight the complex nature of biodiesel's environmental impact. It's clear that while this kind of fuel has potential, more efficient and sustainable production methods are needed to truly make it a viable and eco-friendly alternative to fossil fuels. So, is biodiesel an eco-friendly fuel or not? Let's recap what we've discussed. Biodiesel, a type of fuel derived from plant or animal fats, certainly has its merits. It's renewable, as it comes from sources that can be regrown. It reduces carbon emissions thanks to the carbon-absorbing properties of plants. It also lessens our dependency on fossil fuels, reducing potential political conflicts. But it's not all rosy. Biodiesel has less energy value than diesel, which means more of it is needed to achieve the same power. It can cause storage and transportation challenges, and even damage some engine components. Growing the plants required for its production can lead to deforestation and a reduction in biodiversity. Economically, it's not as viable as petroleum diesel, with higher costs and special infrastructure requirements. Biodiesel presents an environmentally friendlier alternative to diesel, but it's not without its limitations and challenges. To truly harness its potential, we need to address these issues and consider the broader social and economic impacts of its widespread use.